so on and so forth. So you know right from wrong, and you know what you're willing to accept.
Mm-hmm.
So if you willing to accept that someone's going to talk in profane language towards you in the very beginning, just know that that's not going to change. You've accepted that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you meet someone and say, hey, XYZ, and you don't say, excuse me.
And stop it right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
You know what you're willing to accept. So if you're willing to accept that someone's going to curse at you, then that's what you're going to continue to get. So in order to get there, you have to have gone through some things. You have to be aware. You have to know what you want. You were taught as a kid what's good and what's bad.
Right.
And then there's an in between.
Okay. Well, I got another one for you because you are just giving some really good advice. Ronald, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
I wanted to know, is the way you look or your sense of humor or your intelligence or even your values something that you think would keep people together?
Yes, to a degree. If you are stronger in some areas than your mate, sometimes that could actually cause a friction. But most of the time, I would want to strengthen you as I've had someone to strengthen me. I feel good about myself. I would want you to feel the same way. So if you think I'm so funny, and you're like, man, I wish I was funny like you, I'd be like, hey, you got to be natural. And if you don't know how to be natural,
Just let it come.
Just let it come to you. I would never put my mate in a situation where, like, you're not as funny as I. We're not in competition, first and foremost. We're not.
Right.
You're going to be strong in some things that I'm not going to be strong in.
Some relationships, they feel like they have to compete. And I don't know why.
No.
That's an issue.
I'm not in competition with you. Only thing I want to do is love you. Just be loved. And you love me.
Yeah. How can you keep yourself from being deceived, walked all over, or taken advantage of?
And that goes right back to what I said a minute ago. If you allow something to happen one time, a lot of times people don't understand, like, let me give you an example. Like a bully in school. A bully in school that's harassing your child or your sibling, then just outright sometimes just pummel your family member. It started out as like a tap. Then it's a slap. Then it's a punch. Then you're getting thrown around, all kinds of stuff like that. But that first time the offense was given, you have to stop it right there.
And how, is there suggestions on how? Because sometimes the deliverance is being brought across in not the right way.
Strategy. Hey, how would you like for me to say that to you?
Okay.
If you said something to me and you feel like, oh, because a lot of people assume, I can assume that I can say this to this person. But then let's put it into perspective. What was the same thing that you said to me, I said to you? Would that harm you? You know? Perspective. Perspective. I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't have time to indulge in nonsense. And I've learned that through life and relationship. If I'm being honest with you and you don't perceive that to be honest, I'll help you see the truth. Hey, this happened. If you choose not to believe that, what have I done for you not to believe that? Because a lot of people assume.
So communication
It's
Do you
always
think it's a very big important factor?
very much so. You have to communicate to me, hey, I feel like this. And always remember, and this is one of my things,
Okay.
if you accuse me of something I didn't do, I'm not going to argue with you.
Why so?
Because arguing with you is kind of almost like I'm admitting guilt.
So how do you resolve that then?
I just sit there quietly until you finish. And then once I feel you calm down a little bit, I'll say, hey, in a nice tone, hey, why did you feel that way?
Okay.
Rather than you coming at me
So you
saying,
got to talk about it.
yeah. Yeah, but if you come at me like, I'm just going to sit there quietly.
Does that cause you to kind of rebel against that? I mean, kind of not rebel, I would say, but kind of shut down yourself.
Not shut down, but just
What would be how your reaction?
just like this. If you're in the woods, and they say this, now I don't know how true this is,
Okay.
and a bear is charging you, they say, what are you supposed to do? Stand there. But if you stand there, do you get mauled or does the bear stop?
They don't stop. They don't stop.
Exactly. I don't know when you're going to stop. If I continue to argue with you, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going. We'll keep arguing. Somebody has to actually say, you know what, I'm going to try and stand here amongst the bear and see when the bear is actually going to stop. And if I don't look intriguing enough to the bear may depart. And then
That's so we're hoping.
right. You know, like I said, hey, I never experienced the whole bear situation, but however, if I sit there and I remain quiet until you say what you say, and then we can sit and dissect everything that you said, or maybe why do you feel this way? Well, you did this, okay.
And you're willing to do that.
Yeah. If I love you, I'm not going to argue anything I haven't done. I'm not.
He's definitely speaking from experience.
Definitely.
Right?
I'm not going to argue anything I haven't done. You can be upset, and then we can both, once you collect yourself, we can sit and talk. That's not arrogance.
Do you think it's important to kind of calm down
Yes.
before starting such a conversation?
Yes, you got to calm down. If you got to go in the room and collect yourself and gather yourself,
And then come back out.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I know that's right.
But if you're hollering at me, it's not that I'm shutting down. I can hear you because you're talking. Your tone is raised.
But you're not really listening. You can hear someone and not be listening.
Exactly. And I'll just be looking at you like... And I'm not trying to antagonize you. I'm just like, hey, we could do this if you didn't holler.
Right.
We could actually have dialogue if you weren't so annoyed. Relax yourself and then come back and we can talk.
Okay.
We can talk. Because sometimes, you know, it takes someone to leave a situation. You got to come back and discuss. Discuss. And like I said, this is all from experience. This is not anything that I just pulled out of my hat. This is reality. I would rather talk about what the problem is or what we're going through
than
let it fester.
Yeah.
Because if it festers, then, you know, you got people sleeping on couches and, you know, you're not sleeping in your own bed and you're not comfortable. No.
And that's the worst feeling ever.
No.
I tell you. How can you stay safe when you give your heart away?
Once again, that's still a situation where you're like in a box. Because when you give something, you give.
Right.
Now, it's on that person that you're giving it to do whatever they're going to do with whatever item you're giving
That
them.
kind of, yeah.
So if they don't know how to handle your heart from the beginning, you're already at fault. Because you're giving your heart to someone that you don't even know that can handle your heart. You don't even know if they can handle it.
And how do you find out?
Just over time, getting to know each other. You know, you could think that you could know everything about someone.
And you really
don't. You don't. You could be married 40 years and still not know the person that you're married to.
Sure.
People are you show me your true colors. You have true colors as well.
True.
That's where people get this whole thing mixed up. Oh, you showed me your true colors, when I can say you've shown me your true colors several times.
Yeah, right.
I don't get as offended as you.
Which is a good thing.
You know, a lot of times you hear people who are at opposite, you know, in a relationship, and you say, you're always talking about me. Who else am I in a relationship with? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the other two people besides you.
Well, you don't have a choice, but because it's one-on-one.
It's
you want everybody
one-on-one.
else in the relationship?
Exactly.
Because people start giving their opinions and you listening to everybody, and then what do we have? That goes along with the communication and trust and understanding.
Every time you say
How
something.
can we build a deep emotional connection if, you know, but, you know, and then it doesn't say, I also read the thing going back to the deep emotional connection and, you know, whatnot, that, because I also read that men and women on, like it says on the wedding cake and when, you know, you're getting married, because you've been married, right?
Yes.
And it says on the wedding cake, you know, or the wedding cake is, you know, Mr., Mrs., pastor says, to love, honor, cherish, but he's talking about the woman, love, honor, cherish your husband. But then it says, men, respect your wives.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a difference there.
Mm-hmm.
So my point in what I'm getting at is that it's saying that in the article is that men don't develop love like women. They want men to respect. On the man's aspect of it is men respect their women. Men respect your woman. And the woman love your man.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that it's respect, you know, on, say, you know, when you're dating?
Mm-hmm. Well,
do you feel that, you know, as far as that's concerned, you're feeling that respect first? Do you feel that emotion of respect first? Because, well, respect is not really an emotion. But respect, and then the love comes. Because I feel like with women, it's the love, and then respect comes.
Well, in this instance that we're speaking of, we're talking about, you said man and woman.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you stated about the woman is emotion driven. Love, you know, honor, cherish. They're all sensitive things. They're all things that you're developing emotional appeal. And on the men's side this is my thing. This is what I'm saying. On the men's side, it's a logistical thing. It says respect your wives. Mm-hmm. And you respect your wife. You're like, hey, I respect this woman. That I will never try and put her in harm's way. I will never want to hurt her. I would never, if she wants something, I will go out of my way to do whatever. Looking at it from a logistical side. Because everything with you guys is emotionally driven. Mm-hmm. So because once a woman loses a respect for you, it's over. I don't